Hello friends, today is 1/11/2022 and today is Odin Project Vlog Day 37. Excuse me, a lot of that, that's such a tongue twister all the time it seems like. Anyway, we're on day 37 and I completed the the JavaScript Developer Tools section. It's actually pretty short. This will be a short video today. 69% of foundations is now complete, so pretty excited about that. Moving right along. I took a peek at Fundamentals 3, and it's going to be probably maybe a two-parter like part 2 was. But we'll see. Anyway, today's was pretty short. We've already been introduced to DevTools in previous, through CSS and HTML really, and I've been using it in my videos for quite a while in my exercises and all my work. So it's nothing new. And then you have your learning outcomes, and then they talk about how to open DevTools. Again, it's kind of weird that they put it here because, like I said, we've been doing this, or at least I've been doing this for quite a while. Now, the JavaScript part of it was new, but I mean, it's really nothing crazy. It's all in the same, tab menus. But basically, the assignment just goes through. You basically just go through the Chrome DevTools documentation, and it says basically to go through these sections and then watch this video at the end, which is kind of just wraps up JavaScript console and as a whole using DevTools, which that part was neat and new. The Java, obviously the CSS, the console, that's basically everything down here, which looks like a lot, but actually read pretty fast. There's what wasn't a whole lot, quite a few screenshots, was new, and then so about half it, and then this stuff was all review. But I did learn one thing: REPL, R-E-P-L, however you pronounce it. In one of the articles, it actually said that DevTools is a REPL, so apparently that must be a common vernacular in the dev community. So it stands for, if I remember, read, execute, print, and loop, I think. Let's just do. Oh, it's close. Read, evaluate, print, loop. So that's cool. Read, evaluate, print, loop. So, and then there's a knowledge check, just for additional resources and being overachiever. Since today was pretty light, I went ahead and did this number 1 and 2 on additional resources. This is like a 10-minute video. It talks about JavaScript and using breakpoints, and then this is like a 5-minute video. It goes over the Firefox version. Now, I will say that's interesting about this assignment here is that they take you through Chrome, which is fine, but everything up to this point has been done in primarily, for me, 100% Firefox. But even the assignments are kind of geared towards Firefox. So it's interesting that there was no mention of any resources for the MDN or anything until you get all the way down here. If you decided to do that, this guy talks about Firefox in his YouTube video. But I thought that was kind of interesting. Even this video here, the Net Ninja is in Chrome, I believe. So I'm not going to go through it because it's a lot of monotonous material to go over in a video, and I want to keep this short and sweet. But I will show you. Excuse me. I will show you quickly. We've been working in the console, so we've talked about that before. Debugger. This is where you can right click, and you can ignore, You can open up different JS's, and then you can right click in here, and I think this is where um, you can debug stuff. Here you can set your breakpoints in here. You got different types of breakpoints. All this is covered in the lessons. XHR, event listeners, DOM, regular watch expressions, and you can add those right here, or you can do it in the code. You right click. Again, I'm fumbling around a little bit because I showed you how to do this in Chrome, not Fire. I'm using Firefox, but there you go. Break on subtree model, attribute modification, or node removal. They talk about the differences of these and what they mean. Again, the menus are for the most part pretty similar between Firefox and in Chrome. So I will say we worked through the responsiveness earlier in CSS and HTML, but I think it's kind of cool. They took a deeper dive in here, and I learned some things I didn't know. Like you can change your device, which is pretty cool. So like I selected iPad just because, but you can choose like Node or an S10, and you can even edit the list. And these are preloads into Firefox that you can select. So actually I have a Pixel phone, so now that I've seen this, I have the original Pixel, so I'm a cheap butt. So still running the original one, which isn't even on here. So, but yeah, you can do Pixel 2, Pixel 5, Pixel 2 XL. Yeah, you can add TVs. And all kinds of stuff. So you can add basically a bunch of different devices, tablets, laptops, TVs, to see how your website and your code is going to react to that. You can add a custom one and name it your own, and this is your viewport basically. They didn't go over this granular detail. I'm just guessing on some of this. I don't know what this device pixel ratio is, but you can tell the browser whether it's a touch screen or not. And then what you do here, so say okay, we added the Pixel 2 XL. Let's just put that in there. You can actually, here's where you could disable touch simulation. So this is if they're not touching the screen, like if they're just reading and scrolling. Here you select it, which is auto selected on. Blue is on, but this would be now touchscreen. So you can't see me doing this, but I'm dragging with my mouse to. This kind of replicates what it would look like on that particular Pixel 2. You got your hamburger menu over here. Excuse me. And then you can, play with this, respond with it. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. You can take a snapshot here. In case you wanted to use, I don't know what you'd use that for, but they talk about it in the text. But I guess for troubleshooting purposes or for examples, you can go into the settings here, change of view viewport settings. You can choose it to tell it to reload when touch simulation's toggled. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. X will get you out of that screen and back into the normal web view. And that's about it. There's a lot more to it, but I'm not gonna go into verbatim on these. You guys can do that. And there's a checkpoint at the end, and that's about it. Keeping it short and sweet today. Viewing the course, like I said at the beginning. Tomorrow we're gonna start Fundamentals 3. I'll get to a point where we'll see if I can make a video. We'll see how things go. Learning outcomes. Looks like there's a lot more articles again. And some practice at the bottom. So yeah, it looks like it might be laid out kind of like Fundamentals 2, which could be pretty beefy. But yeah, so moving right along. Yeah, so not much here today, but I appreciate you guys' comments that you've been leaving on the videos and asking for help. That's greatly appreciated. It helps get these videos to more people to help them out, and I appreciate you so much and appreciate you coming along the journey with me today, and hope they had a little bit of fun along the way. And please like, share, and subscribe for more content. And it just like I said, it keeps us growing, keeps the channel growing, and helps more and more top or the Odin Project potential um, developers, getting them started in their career with their learning. So, without further ado, until next time, see ya.